sit right down, let's talk on Blackwell's bench.
Thank you for saving me.
Hey folks, this is Gerald Blackwell, aka DJ Spiritual of Blackwell's Bench. I want to bring to you today I want to bring to you a special interview of the AMG League album release. I interviewed Straight Company. Straight Company is one of those groups that's been around for years. Let me tell you, this album is phenomenal. If you want to go ahead and download it, go to www.straightcompanymusic.com. You can download their CD. It's a double CD. You can download it and you can get more music from them. Right now, let's just take a look at the interview.
I believe that Jesus gonna make that. He's just gonna make everything much better. I believe that Jesus gonna make that. He's just gonna make everything much better.
Yo.
Hey.
You out of jail.
Lord mercy.
I'm just kidding.
You crazy, Chris. You crazy, man.
That's funny.
Man, it's good to see all you guys up there. I'm trying to tell you.
Brother Gerald Blackwell.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Village
Yes, sir.
Finance. How you doing, man?
Listen,
I'm doing good. What's up, Jason?
what's going on, my brother?
How you doing?
Man, doing all right.
Goody. Good.
Yes,
Well, listen,
sir.
guys, I'm on here today because Blackwell's Bench. Check me out on YouTube. Blackwell's
Don't
Bench.
make me hang up on you, Gerald. Shameless.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I need to ask you guys some questions because I heard through the grapevine that somebody has a new album coming out.
Where you been?
Well, listen.
Who told you that?
Somebody told me, but I'm not gonna let that secret out because I know Chris ain't tell me.
What happened was I was just about to call you, man, and get that information to you forthwith.
Oh, okay. First, let me tell y'all that I have an a cappella gospel show on Sunday evenings on Facebook, and Didn't It Rain is my favorite song. I'm trying to tell you. Didn't It Rain is my song, so that's what I'm here to tell you. But I want to ask you something. Tell us about your background and how Straight Company started.
Who you talking to?
Let's go with Jesse.
All right. I got to make this short because that's a long story. But
You can talk for a minute, so
Jack Evans influenced me. He took me all over the country with Southwestern, the world-renowned chorus, man.
Okay.
I became one of the singers there, and he introduced me. I don't know. He found some favor in me. In fact, I used to drive for him, but he introduced me to all the big-time ministers in the church, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was young type, man. I just got into the church. I didn't grow up in the church.
Okay.
But that was big time to me, and so when I left Southwestern, I still had to continue the music, and I'm from the R&B world, so I love what the church was doing. I love how they sung a cappella, and I was trying to figure out how to how to blend the two. You know what I mean? And, so when I would go to the concert and I would listen to to the different groups, from Chicago Quintet, man, in Chicago, of course, they used to come through. Group out of Milwaukee, those big groups, man, they would tear the house down, and I was like, wow. But like Jason said on his show, they all sang the same song. We started writing our own, getting to it, and I said, man, let me put together a group. First guy I went and grabbed was the song leader at Newburgh, who he was different. He was radical. He looked like he didn't obey the rules. He didn't obey the rules, man. He banged on the pulpit, man. They tried to tell him to stop, and then he started stomping on the floor, man. Dynamic. His name was Mark Clemens, man, and I said that's the kind of guy I want in this group. So I asked Mark to come in. We grabbed some other people, and man, we started a group called Music Makers. Music Makers toured for 5 years all over in the region. And that's where some of the people met me. I think Kevin met me back then, and at least Houston did. And then from there we broke up. We started a group called Holy Smoke, and we changed the name of Holy Smoke because the elders didn't like the word holy. Remember that, Kevin?
Yeah. You think it was smoke, right?
How y'all gonna be holy? Well, I thought that's the word. But anyway, so we Brother Baker, who was a minister, he was in our corner. He said, just change the name, man, brother. It's best to just change it. Don't fight against it. So we changed the name to Straight Company. It was acceptable to the brotherhood, and so we went forward, man. Straight Company, and we got some new people. We got Mark Clemens already stayed with me, Willie Douglas, Pat Livers, and then I started getting a vet and and from there I started adding people because we were so busy.
You got Bill.
Bill Woodson. Yeah.
The kingdom.
That's where the story.
The kingdom, yes, sir. The kingdom.
Oh yeah, the kingdom. I'll tell you a quick story about Bill Woodson. We first time we took him to the studio and we was doing "I Like It" under Johnny Wilder. And Dean, the keyboard player, kept hitting the low note, and Bill said, "I can sing that." We like, "You can't hit that note." He's like, I said, "Maybe he can." Let him do that. The kingdom. So he went in there on the mic, and and when the part came up for him to do the kingdom, they had the mic turned up, and the whole room shook. I'm talking about the glass that separated the. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And it was a big studio. The whole room shook. We all just looked at each other. Johnny looked at me. Johnny Wilder looked at me. I looked at Dean Hummers. I said, "Do that again." Yes, sir. He set a standard, man. Him and Mark Clemens is the same standard that all of our we've been gifted. Right. We've been gifted, but to have guys who stepped into the role, man, of bass, and man, God sent these tremendous talents our way, man, and we still have them today in George Smith. It's just been a blessing.
That's great. I'm telling you, I strive to get the kingdom every time, and I can't get it. I'll be trying. Chris, no, I'll be trying. And that song leader you talked about, oh, that's me. I'll be stomping and running down the aisle. Everything. So, yeah, I'm one of them non-traditional people. But that's great. Well, let's go on. Take us back to the beginning of when each of you started singing. When you first started singing. I'm not talking about just singing. I'm talking about singing. Anybody, all y'all can answer that one.
You mean singing music?
Yeah.
Or liking singing?
Yeah.
We moved away from this house when I was 5, so it had to be under that. Rolling around my little toys. And I remember, when you fall in love, remember, oh yeah, that's all it is. Singing, boy. And I remember, someday we'll be together. That Motown thing got in me. I forgot the man's name. Joe Simon. Lou Rawls, but when I started sneaking my daddy Sam Cooke stuff. And Jimmy Hughes, I don't know y'all know about Jimmy Hughes, lived across the street from us. Neighbor, and Percy Sledge's children went to our congregation when a man loves a woman. But I tell you, I just like music because people around me like music. But when I heard this a cappella Lovelyville crew, woo, of course we had some good stuff in Alabama, but they had some other stuff, man, that I think God wanted me to go and check out.
Okay. And I'm glad he did.
Me too.
Yeah.
I beg Chris. I beg. I said, man, come on, bro. You gotta go, dog. I said the whole world needs to hear you, man. You stuck over in Alabama. You got the whole world needs to hear you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Said, yeah, and we toured the world together. But for me, Turner, my mother and father played records all the time, 45s and albums. And when they leave the house, I play them. And I learned, man, from the Righteous Brothers to Marvin Gaye to then came Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway. Those were the people who I loved the most. In addition to the Temptations, I fell in love with Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Gap Band, man. But those were the people. If you want to look at Straight Company's music, you can kind of temper it around Temptations, the Gap Band, Marvin Gaye, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and anybody rough like the OJs when they came through, man. That kind of thing. So that was me as far as the music goes. And I did a show in the elementary school solo at PTA meeting. My mother didn't even know I was going to do it. She didn't even come. None of my family came. But that was a time when you could walk to school at night. So they had a PTA meeting at night, and I went and did the show. I did my little song. I practiced with a 45 for days at a time. It was Louis Armstrong. And I stood up there as a little boy and did my Louis Armstrong song because I just rehearsed it so much, and that's why I work Straight Company so bad. I tell you, our rehearsals are crazy, but I did that to myself too. And I sung the song, and I didn't know what it was at the time, Kevin, but they still me a ovation, and I took off running. The principal grabbed me behind the curtain and said, "Go back out there." I said, "No." And man, I went back there. She went out there and stood with me, man, said, "Bow down, bow down." And they were clapping, man. I didn't even know. I just went through my rehearsal. I didn't see them or hear them. I just went through my rehearsal.
Okay.
I didn't even hear them to the end. But that was my little first stage experience. Was at the PTA meeting.
That's good.
Wow.
That's good. That's good.
Wow.
Come on, y'all. Talk to me.
All right. I guess I'll go next. I was for me, I grew up listening to music, and music was around me. You know what I mean? My mom, whole family sung. My grandfather is, of course, a pioneer, musical extraordinaire. And he passed his musical legacy on to my mother, who is an amazing choral director out of Chicago, the United Acapella Chorus. And I was the baby that was there all the time. And I had to listen, you know what I mean? So it didn't matter what I was doing. I was there. And even before I officially became a member, I was a member, because all the trips, that's how I heard Straight Company, because we would go to Louisville and they would come to Chicago. And so that's what I grew up doing. I listened to, of course, I mean, it started there, but of course, my dad is a music aficionado too. And he sings. They have my mom and my uncle and all my parents, everybody sings. And so they had another group called the United Quintet, and they traveled the globe too. And my mother, after a while, she put me in that group. But even before then, what's funny about it, I remember my dad, I remember him playing music Saturday mornings when we would get up and do chores and stuff like that. And I became known as the CD thief around the house, or tapes of CDs. If you wanted to know where it was, always look in my room. And even then, you probably weren't going to see it again, because I didn't know where it was, even when I stole it. But definitely, I mean, that's how it was in my house. Listening to music was a thing. My mom was always listening to music, getting ready for choral rehearsal and the United Quintet. So it's in the blood, and definitely, I can say right there at the house is where it started for me. That's where the love was formulated.
Hey, Jay-Walk, you gotta tell them about your microphones, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, I told him earlier. I'll just tell you the short version, man. I basically, when I was a kid, I loved microphones, and I could tell you what brand it was, and the brand of speakers that you had. That's how I know that Straight Company used Yorkville Elites for most of my childhood. And so, anyways, I used to go around, you know, I had a mic. Of course, I had mics when I was in places, but at home, in my bedroom, that was the stage. I used to watch the video of our concert at Chicago, where Straight Company used to come to, and I set the mics up, and I was a member of Straight Company. Yeah, 6 of them.
And he in there by himself.
6 mics. And I had the real mic. I was sitting in there by myself. So that's
okay.
You know, that's where it started for me.
All right.
You sung all the parts, J.R.
Sung all the parts. I was gunning for your part. I wanted to be the guy because you used to stand in the middle. You stand on the end now, but you used to stand in the middle. I wanted to be that guy. My mic was in the middle.
Okay. Come on, talk to me, George. Talk to me, George.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I did grow up in the church at Kingsley Terrace, Church of Christ in Indianapolis, Indiana, under G.P. Hope. You remember him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I started singing back in what they call junior service. Where all the young kids would go to another room and have our own worship service at our level. And I think I was 7 years old when I started singing in junior service, and the Lord blessed me, I guess, with a musical ability where I was able to start singing in big worship service at an early age. I think I sang my first song at 13 in big adult worship, and my first time getting to sing in big adult worship was a Sunday morning during you know how you had those big appreciation days, where the congregation would be packed to the gills, and I was actually, George G was slated to do that worship service, and something happened to where I don't know. I think his voice wasn't the best that day. But they had to. They needed to get someone quick, and the elders gave me a shot that day. And I remember right now, I was shaking uncontrollably because I was so nervous.
What kind of shot they give you?
Huh?
What kind of shot was that thing? I'm just
man. If anybody's listening, they remember Dwayne Hines and Elder Bromer, and I mean they ran a taut ship, one would say, and you didn't just go you didn't just go up there looking like anything or doing anything, but the fact that they gave me a shot, man, was just unbelievable. But from that day forward, and then when I heard Straight Company, Lord have mercy, I was a young guy, and they came to Kingsley Terrace and did a concert. And from that day forward, it was my dream and aspiration, which we don't have a lot of kingdom aspiration in the kingdom too much these days, but I would encourage us to have more kingdom aspirations, to aspire to do things not just in the world, but more so in God's kingdom, but more kingdom. But it was my dream to sing with Straight Company, and one lowly day in 2004.
You say lovely or lowly?
Lowly.
One lovely day, I was at me and the group, Hallel, the choir in Indianapolis. Straight Company invited us. Straight Company invited us in to be a part of Straight Company Fest. And specifically, Quincy McKnight, who was the bass at the time, he needed a break. I don't know if he had to go to the restroom or what, but the preacher just got done preaching, and they were about to do the invitation song. And Quincy handed me the mic, and they were singing "'Tis a Fountain Free."
Oh yes.
And I started bassing, and I think just the guy sound engineer had me set. Had the bass. He had it set right. The bass was rumbling all throughout the sanctuary. And Tibbetts and Debo encouraged me, you know, and kind of said that I should, you know, give Jesse a holler. And I did that. And it's been history ever since. Amen. I think I said earlier that, you know, I kind of tripped on the steps on my first concert. But yeah.
6:05.
Okay. All right, Mike, it's your turn. Come on, you don't think I forgot you. Come on, Mike.
Well, you know, my take on it is a little different. You know, I always talk about what it brought to me. And I direct the group, and we breeded singers. We birthed singers. But I knew when we, you know, in Texas, Southwestern kind of had an umbrella over singing. And George and Wavin were the voices. So every time, you know, Southwestern brought a new group of people who sound like George and who sound like Wavin. That's what they were looking for. Right. And so at the time, I was listening to the Persuasions. They're an a cappella group.
Buffalo Soul.
Buffalo Soul. And somebody in the church sung like that. But we were restrained. We weren't traveling, you know, everywhere. But I knew somebody was singing like a black man. And you know, and after I especially through study, I know God was looking down saying, okay, y'all sing hymns. He said, y'all sing songs, but nobody won't sing. And so when I saw when Jesse came in 1983 to the crusade, I didn't go that night. But I had heard about them Sunday morning, and one of the kids at church bought their tape, Live in Ohio. He was playing it on the tape there in the room, and I thought they were playing music in church. And I bust through the room, and I told them, I said, "Who is that playing music here?" And they said, "No, Kevin, it's not music. This is group that was there last night." Who? And they said, "Straight Company." They don't even sound like a church. I said, "Get out of here. Leave that tape." I took that tape, and I had a cassette player that would constantly play. You know, it would go in reverse and play. Yeah. And I played that all night. And I had like a visual of who this group was, but I had never seen them. And that is what transformed the Shade Acres course. Okay. Because I made them guys go to the standard of what I heard. And it almost got me withdrawn in church. Twice. And so when I went to Tulsa, Harvey Davis took me to Tulsa. And when I walked in, first person I saw Kim and I saw Cookie at the table. And Jesse walked up. I didn't know who he was, but he was bothering me because I was looking for Jesse Mariah. The guy bothered me. But you know what he taught me? He taught me about professionalism. He walked up and greeted me.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Hey, yeah, these are tapes, songs. I'm like, dude, man, who are you, man? Get away from me. I'm trying to find what Straight Company is. So I go, and I'm sitting on the front. Harvey made us sit up front, and they were over to the right. And I'm sitting up here looking around. I heard somebody say, "We don't need no music." I said, "It's the guy in the white top."
I like me now.
They're on stage like above us. And you know that scene they have in the Temptations where the guy playing Otis is watching the coasters?
Yeah.
That was me. I was looking, and then Mark jumped off the stage. To make a way. And I was looking around. And when they got through, Jesse walked up to me again. You know, and thanked me for coming. And that changed my whole perspective. And I couldn't wait to get back home. I couldn't wait to get. And so, you know, I always tell people, you know, that I think God put us together because there was he was nowhere in my mind to meet him. And at that time I needed help with the group. And that transformed everything. That meeting there like almost changed my life. Wow. Because we wouldn't have gone to places we went to. The singers I have wouldn't have stepped up a notch. Because there's a guy in my group, his name John Teema.
Yeah, Teema.
And when he first heard My God Now, he said, I can't do that. I can't get that. I said, yes, you can. And now he plays up in the stratosphere like it ain't nothing. And so I always give Jesse his props. They company their props because they not only would come and stay, but when they stayed, they talked.
Okay. That's great, man. Listen, Straight Company to me, man, y'all guys, I've been listening to y'all guys since the early 80s. And they influenced a group in Philadelphia with Mary Carter. Y'all might know Mary Carter. She's that's my god sister. She said y'all influenced her group, The Inspirations. So yes, sir. So I got big roots in Straight Company. Yep, she's in South Carolina right now. So
she's still, I was hoping you tell me, man. That's beautiful, man.
Yes, she's still singing.
She's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
No, she's in South Carolina now.
She moved to South. Okay. Yeah,
she moved to South Carolina now. She goes to Gold Hill Church of Christ. Yep. So I got a few more things. Just I got to get to this, man, because the meat is coming. Because like I said, somebody told me that somebody dropping an album, so I got to get that. Talk about how Straight Company has evolved over the years, because I know it started out as a different, but now that everybody's trying to catch up to that, what's different now?
Jaywalk. Jaywalk's been the longest observer, him and Kevin. So Jaywalk, okay. You got to say that.
Okay.
I would say evolution. The evolution of Straight Company. That's interesting. Well, I mean, for one, start from something I learned a couple of days ago. Number one, it started as an all-male group.
Okay. Yep.
And then they said, he said he heard somebody singing in the kitchen, and it added a female. You know what I mean? I think that Straight Company. One thing about it is, it's the music. The reason we're all here, you know what I mean? And I say I say all of us, because we're members of the group, but I think all of us have had an experience where before we were in the group, we were fans of the group. So to me, it's the timelessness of the music and how this music has transcended. It can, it transcends generations. It's relevant still now. Everything that we've played thus far, and I'm not saying this in a braggadocious way, but I'm saying all these songs, they don't sound ancient. It doesn't sound like, man, I remember. I mean, you may say you remember the song, but if you heard it today, you would probably think it's from today. I think the group has evolved in many ways. I think that one of the biggest things is just the longevity. How what Kevin was. I mean, yeah, what Kevin was just talking about, the aspect of being a trendsetter. It definitely. It speaks to the fact that, because and I mean, some of the songs that you'll hear on this new album are 20 years old, but you're going to hear them like they're presented brand new. I think that the evolution, Straight Company is always evolving, and that's because Jesse Morale has the fountain of youth too, and he always has his ear and his finger on the pulse of what's still relatable. You know what I mean? It's not like you can't box him in and say, okay, he's always going to write this type of music. I mean, his the times change, but good music can stand the test of time, and he's always found a way to do that and pull out the best of the vocalists. And that's how I see it.
Great,
Chris?
great, that's great.
And I have to say this. I have to say this, man. The evolution really came with the members as they came in, as the group. You say the group evolved, and I have to add this to Jaywalk. He's exactly right. Chris can elaborate on this too. But as the group members came in, I would find the quality and the beauty and the talent that they had in them, and then build around that particular person as a lead vocalist. The beautiful thing about Straight Company that God has blessed me with is that he would send people who were already lead vocalists. Everybody in Straight Company is a lead vocalist, and most of them had their own audience before they even came in. So when they came in, I would blend in what we were doing, same harmonies thing, but to their talent. And then when Chris came in, I was like, okay, let me put this guy out front, let him do his thing. We even took one of Chris's most popular songs, "Cool Inside," and we do that behind. I want to keep what they have. Yeah. Not take it away and make them Straight Company. I would rather take Straight Company, blend it into them. Yes. And get the best, man. And I did that with Jeff. Yeah. And Mark Clemens was the lead vocalist at first. He was not the bass singer. And so when Jeff came in, he took Mark's parts. As a lead vocalist, and Mark went to singing bass, and that's how Mark became the bass singer. Okay. So the group evolved as the members came in. I would put stuff around their voices. Same way with Tidbits, and when Rose came in, we added another dimension that is prevalent here today. So man, it's not, the group evolved with the crowd. And right, I listen to hip. I love all kinds of music, country. I love classical music. I love classical music. I love all the instrumentations and all that stuff. And so when we make a song, we try to make the song based on an orchestra. You hear with all the different parts. Johnny Wilder loved that part of it. Yes. He loved the fact that we had horns, and then we had an oboe, then we had, we had the strings. He loved all that. And when he heard us doing it, he was like, I want to produce your record. And that's where it came from. So it evolved with the people coming in and the influence.
Well, I tell you this, my dream, if I can tell you mine, I want to sing my song with y'all. And that's Walk in Jerusalem with John. That's my song right there.
Hey, how much money you got?
Hey, listen, I'll come do it with you.
I'm messing with you, man.
All right, Chris, come on. Tell me something, how you evolved with all this here.
I love music. Again, like my Jesse said, everybody in the group has a talent and an outstanding talent, really. And if you see me messing up on stage, it's because I messed around and I forgot my part because I'm listening to somebody out here do a lead. Hey, And the beautiful thing is, it evolves when you have different people come in, but it remains the same, but with great additions. I'll put it that way. When they got involved with Johnny, you know, it had the syncopation and that kind of thing came in. I said, ooh, we don't do that, but that's nice. No, everybody doing that, but let me do this. The times and the people dictate what it does and how it sounds.
Okay.
What I appreciate, even in the evolution, is the essence remains the same. That's why it still grabs every generation. All generations that are listening, you know, can find something in a Straight Company piece that excites them. And that's a part of the evolution. You see Michael as a little boy, Jackson, and boy, that was great. But when he grew up, he was able to go and still be Michael, even greater than when he was a little boy, though his voice wasn't the same. That boy still had what God gave. That man still had what God gave him to reach the masses. And that's what's going on here. Voices come in and that Rose brings a different flavor of the female voice. Than Kim did, or than Cookie Yvette or Tish, or you know, I'm raspy. Jeff is Stevie Wonder smooth. This or this and I maybe raspy. But I think the beautiful part about the evolution and the evolving of it is that we all mold and meld together good, and that's the blessing of it.
Yes,
not just the harmonies, but the spirits. That's what keeps me.
My Bible tells me, how can two walk together unless
except they agree?
Oh, yes.
Amos 3:3.
There you go. Don't get me preaching in here now. Listen. Tell us about the new album.
Ooh.
Somebody talk to me.
I'm gonna let Tidbits tell you about that.
Okay.
Oh, is she on here?
She's the analyst. Is she still on?
No, she's not on here.
Oh, Rose. I think Rose coming up next anyways.
No, they gone. Smitty's off
Is
for a
Rose
minute.
on?
They off for a minute.
Oh, wow. Okay. Was Smitty, you started from the beginning. Jaywalk, you started from the beginning.
Smitty's out.
Okay.
Yeah, they coming back in a minute, but this new album. Yeah, they went to work to the bathroom. I think, man, this new album is number one. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, it's been a long time coming." It has been, but this new album is it is remarkably it's just an awesome album. And I say from start to finish, you're going to be taking on an experience, not only just in not because of the names of the discs. For those of you who don't know, it's going to be a double album. Ooh. So you get 21 songs, right?
Yes.
And right, exactly, yes. Over 2 hours of music, just about over 2 hours, a little bit over 2 hours of music.
Okay.
And the experience when you listen from start to finish, it's almost like, and Smitty was very instrumental in this. We lined it up almost like a church service.
Yeah,
good.
Lined it up like a church service, meaning when you listen from start to finish, you'll listen as such. You know what I mean? You enter into the sanctuary, and what happens? You go through the various aspects of service, and so you'll get a taste of that. But more than that, Alpha and Omega. That's right. The Alpha disc is the first disc. The Omega disc is the second disc. And I think more than that, you know, Straight Company's music to me is always a conversational piece, meaning it speaks to what we go through as individuals. It's not just some abstract Christian song. You know what I mean? You know, come into my heart, Lord. Okay, what does that mean? You really get to the heart of the matter. Even with some of these songs, they speak to. They'll talk to you personally, I believe, and I believe there'll be something for everybody on this album. Something that you can, you know how you hear quotes, in a book, and it resonates with you. I think this album is full of lines. Some of these songs have lines in them that are going to stick with you. You know what I mean? And it's funny because even on some of our calls, you know what I mean, we all cling to those lines and those parts of the song that really stand out. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. I think the essence of Straight Company is there. It's fun. You know, Straight Company is a fun group, performance driven. But the aspect of ministry is there. And I think, you know, later on, and this is a precursor. I may be talking too soon, but we're going to do something as a follow-up to the release of this album where we're going to talk about some of those songs in depth. But I think you're going to enjoy the album. It's got it's got some fresh faces and fresh voices on it. It's got some surprise voices on there too. Right? Got some surprises for you.
Okay, good.
Some surprise songs.
All right.
It's gonna be, man, it's gonna be ridiculous. So you want to talk about it, Brother Esage?
No, I mean, you said it best, man. It's we've been working on it so many years. You know, the music of it evolved also all the way down to the end. In fact, the single that's out right now was influenced by Jonathan Jones and myself and Johnny Wilder and Dean a long time ago, and that's the first message song. And Jonathan always wanted this song out, and we added it last. And I put Mark Clemens on it as the lead vocalist because it just needed him. Yeah. And this album needed him. And he agreed, and he came out, and we did a song called Dreamers. And then God made it to where on the day that the Supreme Court gave the Dreamers in America the DECA reprieve, that song was finished.
Look at God.
See, we always got confirmation from God along the way.
Yeah.
And we finished that song that day, and it's ready. And you're gonna hear it today because one of the DJs like yourself is going to come on and later on, and he's going to play that song "Dreamers." We played it the other day.
Great.
It's a message song. It's a message, and it's a message that fits the. We didn't even write it for that reason, but to show you how God's timing is. So we kept wondering, why is this album being delayed? Man, why can't we get the money to do this? And by the way, shout out to all those people who gave financial blessings to this group. You don't know.
Amen.
You don't know what you did.
Amen.
I almost want to cry.
Amen. Amen.
You blessed us.
Amen.
Because we couldn't do it on our own.
Yes.
And the only way we could really finish it, I did not want to put out a song with this group, with this talent right here. I didn't want to do it anything less than the record label did. So Excited, which is one of my songs. I'm gonna talk about how it went to #1 in Christian music, but what the label did, the money they spent, and the quality of producers that they got, God blessed us to learn from them, and we put that into this album. And it took all this much money to put this album out. So we had investors that come along and say, "I'm gonna help you. Here's $1,000. Here's $2,000. Here's $20." You know, people just came forth with money. And man, you blessed us in a tremendous way.
Amen.
So I give my shout out to them right there. You know, right there.
Well, man, I tell you, the one message song back in the day was "Watching Me." Woo! That was my song, boy. I tell you, I go way back with you guys, man. I love you guys, every last one of y'all, man. I'm telling you. And
Did we
Jason,
already do that? Watching Me? Did we already do that?
Yeah, we did. We played it a little bit earlier. Yeah,
we did.
Man, I tell you. And Jason, my new kid on the block, that's my man right there.
Yes,
and then
sir.
Chris, anyway.
That's about right.
I'm ready to withdraw letter.
Well, listen.
We want to thank you for coming on, man, as a media person.
Oh, man, anytime.
And doing this with us. As J-Walk said, we're going to repeat this.
Okay.
We only play old music, our former music today.
Okay.
In a month from now. After you guys have had the record.
Okay.
And you downloaded it and everybody's chewed on it. We're gonna come back in August.
Okay.
And we're gonna do AMG League 21 which is the title of this album. We're gonna do the album, and we're gonna play pieces of it and talk about the album. So you need to download it so that everybody can be get in on the conversation. And we need you to come back and ask us questions about the album, and then we'll go from there. How about, will you do that for us?
Doc, DJ Spiritual will do whatever you need. I'm trying to tell you.
Come back in another month or so, and let's dissect this album because it has messages in there and has fun in there. We want our audience to have a voice in what they think about the record a month from now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The album will be available. Somebody asked the question midnight tonight.
Got it.
Download.
Got it. And then the last thing.
Congratulations are in order.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me just one question and then I'm out of here. How can the people connect with you on social media?
Woo. J-Walk, tidbit.
Well, they can always go to Straight Company Music on Facebook.
Straight Company Music, yep.
And Straight Company Music on Instagram, right, J-Walk? Is that the right handle? All right. And then also on the website, you have icons that access those sites as well. Is www.straightcompanymusic.com. Right now, all of the music, the throwbacks that we were playing today, all of those are available for download immediate purchase. And at midnight tonight, hopefully you'll be also able to download the AMG, the new record that's dropping. So you stay up a little longer. It'll be
all right. All right. Listen, I love you guys, and there ain't nothing you can do about that. I'm trying to tell you. I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. And you guys have a good day. I'm out of here. DJ Spiritual in the wind.
All right.
Bless you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, folks, wasn't that a great interview? Oh, my God. That was so wonderful. Now, let's listen to one of the songs of the AMG League album release.
When we get there. As I get there, I get my well done through the gate, register and get fitted for my payroll. Children read the signs, gonna get in line. Listen for my name, cause I gotta get ready to go. An African on the left, Japanese on the right. Look at that Chinaman dance. Look at that Chinaman dance. All morning long. Song. Nobody gets mad, cause they ain't had a chance for all that joy. I can't wait till I get there, till I see my Savior's face. I can't wait till I get there. Can't wait till I get there. Can't wait till I get there. No more being ill. Get a better body that'll last eternally. Somebody hold my mule. Gotta find my dancing shoe. Get into the praise and look down on Golden Street. Turn to the left, turn to the right. All I can see, people everywhere. Feel so ashamed. Yeah, I tried to cry. Touch my face and I scream. Can't wait till I get there. 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 There's a rumor going round, Jehovah's coming to town. Better get a spot where Ray gets off before. Trying to see Moses, Abraham, John, and James, and and the picnic, I'm gonna see my folks again. Say the greatest thrill is to see the one they killed at Calvary. Calvary, what a time. The old folks say I'm gonna live my life to see a paradise next glorious day. Oh, what a time. Till I get there. Till I get there. See my Savior's face. Till I get there. So much dancing and shouting and jumping and all day long. Gonna have till I get there. When I get there.
Folks, I want to thank you for tuning in to Blackwell's Bench. This was a treat for me. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. And the biggest thing of all, I need you to share this video. Share this video with all your friends. Come on, guys, let's take Blackwell's Bench over the top. Go ahead and download that CD and get all those good musics and good songs. They will soothe your soul. Like Jason said in the interview, it is timeless. It is timeless. Like I always say, there's a seat for everyone on Blackwell's Bench.
There's a seat for everyone on Blackwell's Bench.
I'd like you to subscribe to some of my favorite YouTube channels. Pkteemax, Humbleisdaway, Minute Parables, and also the Church TV Network. All right, guys, talk to you. These are some other sister stations. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment on their videos.